why don't I show my baby's face? I get this DM a lot like, hey, please show us her face, we want to see her face. Pedophiles were using social media to get content or to get access to victims. And this one particular quote really stood out to me, where someone said, you know, we don't even have to work hard anymore because internet moms or oversharers are just giving us their kids on a platter. It's like a candy shop, and just seeing that chilled my blood and made me feel so disgusted and so scared. Sometimes when I meet someone who follows me, I meet them in person and they're like, oh, hey, how's Tonu? And for a second I'm like, how do you know my dog's name? And I'm like, oh yeah, because I posted about it. So I don't want that to happen in the case of my daughter. I don't want her private information out there. Family accounts, they do so well, like they are internet gold. But at what cost? I became a content creator out of my own choice. And I have to admit that when I first started, I was probably not as aware about how much I'm sharing. And there are things that I've shared that I regret and is very cringe now. But that was my choice. And that was my choice as a grown adult. My daughter doesn't have a choice. I want her to live her own life. I want her to have a very normal life, and I don't want her to become aware of a camera and feel like she has to perform for the camera and be cute for the camera so that it's a good video. I want my kid to be a kid. I want her to have a normal childhood, a happy childhood, not to worry about likes, followers, etc. I don't want her to grow up and, you know, 10 years down the line, go to my profile and see comments that people have left about her appearance, what she sounds like, or she has a funny nose, or she has a cute eyes. I don't want her perception to be molded by what others think of her. I want her to be able to develop it herself. And if there are people saying mean things about her, I would rather it be in person on the playground rather than some 50-year-old man on the internet. I read this New York Times article about how an investigation into how pedophiles were using social media to get content or to get access to victims. And this one particular quote really stood out to me, where someone said, you know, we don't even have to work hard anymore because internet moms or oversharers are just giving us their kids on a platter. It's like a candy shop, and just seeing that chilled my blood and made me feel so disgusted and so scared. Like, I do not want to do anything that puts my child in danger, and I'm sure no parent will want to do. Like, even if your child rolls a little bit, you're like, oh, be careful, you know, you're so scared. But you need to have that same kind of caution even when you're posting your kid online, because you don't know what can happen. You don't want, suppose, you know, someone just comes up to your kid's school and it's like, hey, calls them by their nickname and says, hey, I'm your mom's friend, you know, she told me to bring you home. And they're like, but you know, I don't know you. Then they'll say, oh, but she told me all these things about you, that this is your favorite TV character, this is your favorite fruit. How else would I know if your mom didn't tell me?